I think that anytime we can have a conversation about diversity and inclusion, it's important to see this topic be included in this event is a really powerful testament to the event as a whole, and just bringing people together and talking about the industry and how, as an industry, we can advance diversity and inclusion.
Well, MassBio is the life science cluster of the world. We have over 1,100 members that represent over 250,000 employees, but here in the Mass state, it's about 65,000 employees. And what we're hearing from our members is that everyone is excited about diversity and inclusion, but they all have questions. The questions range, how am I doing compared to other companies along where we are? What is going on? What are you hearing? What are you trending? And also answering some of their questions. How do we get started?
My business partner and I, we started VisionSpring about 12 years ago. We're based in Massachusetts. We're a women-owned and certified diversity and inclusion consulting firm. So we work with our clients on diversity and inclusion strategy as well as develop training.
I do think that we're making strides, but we also have an uphill battle that we need to address. If you take a look at our Hispanic population is about 18% in the United States. However, it represents less than 2% in decision-making roles within the biotech industry. Where are our CEO or board members that have diverse abilities, physical challenges, neural challenges, emotional challenges? So we still don't see them as visible. And I think that they need to have members from underrepresented groups in those positions so that people from those groups see them as role models, and that can be me too.
For most companies, they understand the business case for diversity and inclusion. It's really about how does diversity and inclusion become the fabric of their being. So part of everything an organization does. So when they're making decisions about workforce, they're recruiting diverse talent. When they're making decisions about the workforce, they're creating inclusive work environments where people feel comfortable bringing their whole selves to work. They can contribute no matter their dimension of diversity. So it's really arming leaders with the skills and tools they need.
Companies that are not sold on diversity and inclusion initiatives, I would advise them, if they're not working on an equity strategy, that they need to work on an exit strategy, because they are not going to be able to recruit the best talent. They're not going to be able to have their current employees focused because they have no idea if this is a fair company, am I getting paid well, what else is going on in the marketplace at this time. And if you're not advancing your science because you don't have the right teams in place, you're not going to have more investments. So you have to do one, or you're going to end up being forced to do the other. You will become irrelevant, and someone else will take that talent and develop their science with the people that should have been at your company.
I think for diversity and inclusion practitioners, their resources, their departments tend to be small, their budgets tend to be small, they're pulled in several different directions. So I think it's just having those adequate resources and tools to be able to execute their strategy.
Diversity and inclusion for me is at the intersection of purpose and passion. And I know that we need the best minds and the most creative mixes in the table discussing every opportunity or option that we have to advance science so that we can get more cures and therapies, med device, to the patient population faster.
The people who work in this space are looking at the greater good of all organizations, and at the end of the day, we're trying to help people be better leaders, to get the most out of their employees, to have engaged workforces that can deliver the best results.
And I think that life sciences is the last place where you need to be exclusive. We need everybody involved, we need everybody at the table.